Well, good morning on this Thanksgiving Day in 2015. The title for today's uh, video, which I prepared much earlier yesterday, is Thanksgiving, a time to count our blessings. And the blurb that I wrote goes like this: The world's people are under a lot of stress as we face the paradigm shift. For me, it has been a stressful year. Looking back, however, I'm thankful that I survived the surgery and everything that preceded and followed it. I'm thankful for the support my family and friends gave me, both prayers and financial help. I'm especially thankful for my son's patience with me. I am thankful that I found an alternative practitioner who is amazing. I'm thankful that I found a local attorney who will hopefully be able to delay what I consider the fraudulent actions of PNC Bank. And perhaps most of all, I'm thankful to God for allowing me to be real and express what I feel without sugarcoating it. And I'll start where I ended on that blurb. I'm not going to sugarcoat this one. I don't feel thankful at all this morning. I don't have my car back. I did not hear from the mechanic who's been working on my car. He promised to get back to me last night. He never did. I waited till 10:30 before I went to bed. I've already been awake since a little bit before 3:30, and I've been up sitting at the computer since around 4 o'clock. So it's already, it was a rough night as I waited for his phone call to tell me that he was able to get my car going, which obviously, since he didn't call, I assume he did not get it going. He goes away on vacation today, or some kind of a trip that he's taking, and he won't be back till Monday. Won't be able to start working on my car till Tuesday. Not good news for me. I have a whole bunch of things that were planned over the weekend, and I have a court appearance on Monday, and I have to try to figure out how I get to where I need to go. My daughter said I can use her car, but there are limitations on that, like I can't use it on Monday when I have the court appearance. And she reminded me that because I don't have a credit card, I only have a debit card, I can't even rent a car. So I'm in a situation that I'm not very thankful for on this Thanksgiving Day. But I did write the blurb, and I knew that my car was, but I thought it would be back. I thought I would have it by the end of the business day yesterday, running and operating. When I wrote that blurb, I didn't know that I was going to be in the situation that I'm in. So as I said, I'm thankful to God for allowing me to be real and express what I feel without sugarcoating it. Now, I'll go backwards up the getting the attorney. I got 2 lengthy emails from a longtime friend chastising me for using the services of an attorney. And she's one of the people that I used to work with in the Republic for Florida and the Republic movement. And I understand where she's coming from. I came from that same place a lot in my life. Attorneys, when you get an attorney to represent you, you're number one, you're acknowledging that you're going to be a straw man, and I've been trying to liberate myself from this whole straw man fiction for a long time, as those of you that have been listening realize. I've been really, I've not liked lawyers. Now, this guy's a nice guy. I really like him. He was recommended by a friend. He's a nice guy, but he's an attorney. And he's playing a game that I'm hoping he has everything that I want, that he stands up, because some attorneys do win against the system, but I also know that the system allows a certain small percentage to win when most people don't have a freaking chance of winning in the system, because the system is fixed. The cards are stacked against you. I know that. At the very least, I'm hoping that by hiring an attorney, I will buy myself time. I do not want to be homeless next week. I do not want my family to be homeless next week. 3 children and my daughter and her husband. I don't want that. That's why I hired an attorney. And I'm glad that he's willing and able to work with me. He called me again yesterday, and he's been keeping in touch with me since I left his office on Tuesday. We talked yesterday on the phone. We talked um, again later on Tuesday on the phone. So he's been on top of the game. He has already filed the papers with the court for uh, basically to ask for a chance to do discovery, because there's been all sorts of fraud by PNC Bank. I mean, they violated previous decisions that were made uh, uh, in relation to me and the whole thing with the house. There's a whole bunch going on, folks. And let me go back further. The alternative practitioner, who is amazing. Indeed, when I started, right after I started seeing him, my breath came back. Uh, my numbness is still in my feet, but I was able to enroll in an exercise program. Yesterday is the first non-Sunday that I've missed since I started doing the exercises back in the beginning of September. And that's because I didn't have transportation, and I didn't have a chance late in the evening to arrange transportation for yesterday morning. I probably could have done it if I had had time, but I didn't know I was going to be tied up so long with my car. It took over 3 hours once I left the house before I got back here, and it was late, and I was tired and frustrated. And I'm frustrated again right now this morning. I'm frustrated not having my car and not even having word from the mechanic what's going on with it. Now, I said I'm especially thankful for my son's patience with me. He came and he sat with me again uh, last night when my car was broken down, or the night before last, when my car was broken down. He sat there for, I guess, about 2 hours. I was altogether over 3 hours away from home, but he did. I made other phone calls before I even called him to try to call the restaurant that I was supposed to meet my friend at, and they never gave him the message. So he waited for an hour for me, and then he didn't know what had happened. They didn't relay the message, even though I took the time to actually call the restaurant where we were supposed to meet. I described my friend, I told them his name, and they did not do what they promised me to do, which really irks me that people can't follow through on what they're told. I mean, he's not a man you're gonna miss easily. He's a large man. He's 6'6", I think, is his height, and he weighs 250 to 300 pounds. He's a large man, and I described him to them, but they didn't bother to keep their word. And but anyway, my son has been patient with me through this whole health ordeal in many ways. I'm thankful again for the support my family and friends gave me. That's both, includes my son and my daughter and relatives, as well as many friends on Facebook and YouTube. I'm grateful for that. I'm really grateful that I survived the surgery. The doctors were amazing, although the hospital, when I went in, Shands Hospital, put me in intensive care, which was totally unnecessary, and that's where I got my swelling up of my feet and the numbness in my feet that still has not dissipated. The swelling has gone down. I can put shoes and sneakers on and stuff like that, but I can't, I still have numbness, and sometimes I feel like especially when I'm taking a shower and I'm washing one foot, I don't have balance like I used to. Anyway, that's going to wrap up. I am thankful for all the things that I said, although I don't feel very thankful because of circumstances that are current in my life. So thank you for listening, and namaste.